Before you is a group of black wolves attacking something. You see that the child is clearly... You send a... You won. Despite your great victory, you find that the wolves managed to kill the cat. Still, the child seems healthy and safe, and one of your team feels strangely tougher. Guided by Veles, you finally track down the elven wanderer. You observe him for a while and come to the conclusion that he is stark raving mad. You witnessed him talking to himself, which was odd but fine. You saw him hopping like a frog and eating flies for a time. Eccentric, you assumed. But when he found a dying old man on the road and screamed,
"All humans must die! Everything must die!"
your suspicions became clearer. You then realized that he has a small following of equally crazy elves with him. Killing the mad fella would likely be both merciful and easier, but you remember Veles said that you need him to give you his magic back, and who knows what may happen if he died. A snake slithers in the grass and whispers to you, "A simple talk is insufficient here. This poor soul was driven mad when all but a few of his kindred perished, and then the sacred tree burned. He carries a burden beyond even his immortal strength. We must relieve him of it. He does not trust humans, so you will appear elven to him. I will whisper the right words into your ears, but we must plan this to the last letter." Your plan worked well. The elven wanderer was suspicious at first, but you followed the snake's instructions and you fooled the madman. He finally speaks to you.
You are a strange kind of elf, one I do not know, yet there is no doubt of your kinship. You say you were sent by the elven brother, Veles the Wise, and that he has asked you to release my burden. This I will now do, and may you restore what was lost to us.
The elf spreads his arms out, and for the first time you see clarity in his eyes as a stream of magical power begins to leave his body and form into a stone. The snake speaks, and you know in heart that he speaks true. The elf is dying anyway, but if you sacrifice the life of this elven wanderer by quickening his demise, Veles will gain more power. By doing this one brutal deed, you can embrace Veles's darker side, and he will become a true master of the underworlds, one that rules supreme and will never again allow for such a travesty to occur. The safekeeping of our souls should be paramount, and the one who holds the key to the afterlife should be the one to guide us into the next era. The elf collapses after giving away his power, and you can feel his life slipping away. When you approach him with the blade, he smiles and nods in approval. When life leaves his body completely, his immortal soul merges with the magical stone and amplifies it beyond measure. You now realize this was not just any elf. He was the ancient elven king, one of the first to ever walk Thea. You already feel Veles's power growing, and although there is a drop of darkness to this new rise, it is not evil at all. Death, after all, is neither good nor bad, and your master will now become a Death Lord. It will take decades for Veles's power to truly manifest itself, but you have changed the face of the Pantheon today. You feel Veles's pride in your actions. You are about to depart when you are met by a hanged man ghost. The ghost speaks. The Lord of the Underworld has commanded me to come here and to serve you until such a time when my soul can be put to rest. You feel the ghost speaks the truth. You see a large stone. As you get closer to the tower, you see that within it there lies a... You are now free to take as much of the stone as you can. You use your tools and gather the stones. familiar faces, the skeletal mage, Kosti, and his ward, the Oracle, arrive at your village. Kosti speaks to you, while the girl remains ever silent and cowering behind her protector.
Your village is in great peril, and my ward, it seems, has grown fond of you people. She insisted we come here to warn you, and here we are. Before mankind was even born, great builders walked Thea. I know not who they were exactly, only that later they were known as giants, known and feared by all. You must have noticed by now the tremors and the intensified attacks of the darkness, yes? It is the giants waking, and your village may well lie in their path of destruction.
Kosti pauses for a second, then speaks.
If you open your hearts and minds, you will hear your God's wisdom and receive their guidance, but you must walk their path. Your deity follows the mysterious path of the shadowy nights and the mystical worlds. May your own path be lit by their guidance.
The Oracle speaks, her voice ghostly and unnatural.
There are but a few left in this world who yet remember that the gods once banished the giants to their slumber for the safety of all. But now the darkness has unsettled this ancient lore. You must seek out those who still hold such knowledge and gain their help. Go now. Discover the wisdom of the spirit world thanks to the guidance of one who was akin to both the living and the dead. He may not seem like much to you, but beware of measuring him short.
Thea is not an easy place to grow up in, but alas, grow up we must. One of your children has matured into a young adult and is ready to join your village and rebuild Thea. Becoming an adult is an important rite of passage. The whole land, the tremors and wild... As the night veils the sky and stars shine down upon you, a mysterious traveler seeks your company. Your male companions are protesting something, but you do not really care what they say. The visitor is tall, dark, and you can feel a strong spell upon you. You broke the spell, and suddenly you see the Striga's true nature. His face, once handsome, you defeated the monster. As he lies slain, the spell is broken, and the women are themselves again. Though even now, some seem quite sad at this turn of events. You see the skies darken and the air getting heavy. The wind picks up and thunder. You realize very quickly that you must have stumbled upon a territory claimed by the wind demons, the Veles, known for, you know the right. The ritual worked, and the Veles shriek in pain and run away from you. One of them is struck by the magic so badly that she turns into a pile of precious stones that fall beneath your feet. You come across a hidden stash, and it looks like whatever. You have your loot safe in hand. You stand your ground. It turns out these were simply some boars defending their turf, or searching for prey.